Tonight at 6, DJ death ruled a homicide. The latest from D.C. police, months after two teens were charged in an apparent robbery spree.
And it's very much a saturated Saturday out there. Plenty of rain to be seen across the region. I'll show you the latest radar, show you rain amounts or estimates, and talk about what's in store for your Sunday. All coming up.
Everybody buckle up. One mother's effort in Virginia to ensure every person on the road is required to strap in by law. Her motivations for change after the tragic loss of her son. And warning signs. Years of complaints from helicopter pilots unable to see clearly with night vision goggles. Some near misses. Goggles similar to those likely worn on that Army Black Hawk that hit the commercial jet just 2 weeks ago. The new documents that we found. And we're finding you savings, costs not creeping down for many, hitting the grocery store. Another retailer also limiting eggs. We're stretching your dollar with ways to save.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. All right, we want to get right to your forecast on this DMV First Warn Day. Meteorologist Scott Sumner standing by. Scott, I know some wind is in the mix in the hours ahead, but also all that wet ground out there could be a problem after the snow melt.
Yeah, we're going to continue the DMV weather First Warn Day tomorrow as well due to a couple different factors. We'll start off with the latest here. The radar shows the rain moderate to heavy at times, especially around Fredericksburg and down towards Stafford. This will continue to shift, as you noted here, from west to east. It's riding along a warm front that's moving up in our direction. So instead of temperatures going down tonight, they will start to rise this evening going into Sunday morning. As you'll see, over the next couple of hours, we'll have some of this rain that's currently over D.C., Waldorf, and the Dale City start to move out and away from the area. But as you see over the last 6 hours, these are some rain estimates. Anywhere from around 1/10 of an inch up to about 1/2 an inch or 2/3 of an inch of rain have been seen, with the heaviest precipitation hovering around that Fredericksburg line right out towards Lexington Park in southern Maryland. There has been some rain up towards D.C., but a little over 1/4 of an inch of rain there. We'll have mist and drizzle overnight tonight, and we'll have winter weather advisories till 7 o'clock for all the counties shaded in purple here. This is where you've seen a little bit of a mixed bag of precipitation during the course of the day. Now we have flood alerts that are in effect for later tonight going into Sunday afternoon due to some moderate and heavy rain to move in there tomorrow. Aerial flood watch in for Garrett County. And not to be forgotten, we have wind alerts. A lot going on. High wind watch for tomorrow here in the district and many areas, and a wind advisory down towards the Culpeper and Fredericksburg region. We'll break it down, show you your future casts, and give you the details of the weekend, the rest of the weekend coming up.
All right, Scott, we'll see in just a few. In the district, a popular DJ and barber who died last November, nearly 2 weeks after the suspects attacked him. D.C. police are now seeking to file additional charges against the juvenile suspects accused in his death. D.C. police say the Northern Virginia Medical Examiner's Office indicated Brian Smith died of blunt force trauma and ruled the 39-year-old's death a homicide. Smith's killing turned out to be the first of 4 crimes. Police say the 16-year-old and 14-year-old males who are accused of going on a robbery spree are connected to early morning, October the 27th. Security video apparently captured the two as they committed those crimes. They were arrested November 14th. Police at the time charged them with robbery and assault with intent to commit robbery. At the time, the arrest shocked the neighborhood where they happened.
I think it has to go with home, parental. I think parents need to be more involved in the children's life. You know, they have access to too many weapons.
Police reported no other injuries in the other crimes. Detectives are working with the Office of the Attorney General for D.C. about any additional charges. The news tonight in Prince George's County, a man is dead after an apartment fire in District Heights. Officials say it happened around 10 o'clock last night on the second floor of an apartment on Walker Mill Road. This is near Karen Boulevard. Officials say they found a man dead inside of the apartment. The cause is still under investigation. And staying in PG County, the curfew for kids at National Harbor is back. Children will now be required to be with an adult to stay past 5 p.m. Police say families and businesses in the area made this request. Now there will be a 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew at National Harbor on Fridays and Saturdays Kids with their parents or somebody older than 21 can stay past the curfew. There are exceptions for kids walking home, returning from a school event, work, or religious program. Parents or businesses who violate this can face a $250 fine. Well, back in the district, reports of an ICE agent on American University's campus. While it turned out to just be an impersonator, we're told, students were concerned about potential immigration raids. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has the details from campus.
ICE agents have been conducting operations throughout the DMV over the past 3 weeks. They say targeting wanted criminals.
Obviously, there's a very negative stigma that comes with the word criminals, and we kind of know who they're targeting specifically. Obviously, they're not going to be looking at non-POC people.
AU student newspaper The Eagle reports a man wearing an ICE jacket was seen around 12:30 Friday afternoon.
The person was first spotted in the McKinley building or the school communications building.
Matthias Sandoval works for The Eagle and says he was taken aback at first before learning the ICE agent was just dressed up like one.
I just think, instilling fear in people while they're trying to, learn and, work towards having a better future, that's really sad to me.
University leaders say they confirmed no official ICE operations happened on campus Friday, adding AUPD is investigating, seeking to identify the person in that ICE jacket. The situation still upsetting for some.
I was honestly really scared and kind of concerned because even though it wasn't real, it was fake. It does concern me that this could potentially happen for real.
As our Daniel Hamburg reporting, AU is asking students to report suspicious activity to campus police, reiterating its stance on immigration, saying that American University Police will not participate in joint immigration enforcement unless required by law. Well, a date has been set to vote for a new D.C. council member to represent Ward 8 after former councilman Trayon White was expelled. The district's Board of Elections says the special election will be July the 15th. Early voting starts July the 11th. White was indicted on a federal bribery charge last year, and despite overwhelmingly winning re-election, the council voted unanimously earlier this month to expel him. White's trial is set for 2026. He's pleaded not guilty. Well, we know seatbelts save lives, but not all states require everyone in the car to wear one. And recent data shows Virginia is ranked worst in the country when it comes to people buckling up. There's now an effort to pass legislation requiring everyone in the car to buckle up. Right now, it's only mandatory for all children as well as adults in the front seat. And Christy King has been lobbying lawmakers to make a change. Her son Christopher was killed when he was thrown from a car during a crash in 2020.
July 4th, the early hours when the worst thing you could ever have happen to you as a parent. You get that knock on the door, there's the policeman there, the chaplain, and we just knew something was wrong, and they told us about Christopher being killed in a car crash, and of course we were devastated, in shock.
A Senate committee approved the bill requiring all adults to wear a seatbelt. The legislation is now headed for the full Senate, then to the governor's desk. All right, critical updates into the mid-air collision over the Potomac River just 2 weeks ago. 67 people perished on that American Airlines jet and the Army helicopter. The NTSB now saying several communications failures may have led to the two aircraft colliding, and the helicopter crew likely wore night vision goggles, something that pilots have long said hindered their vision while flying at night. We're taking a deeper look and uncovered years of complaints. Findings about the moments leading up to the tragedy on the Potomac River 2 weeks ago. The NTSB says the Black Hawk helicopter crew may not have heard a critical direction from the tower to pass behind the American Airlines jet because the crew's microphone may have been on and canceled out audio coming in.
Radio transmission from the tower was audible on both CVRs, directing the Black Hawk to pass behind the CRJ. Pass behind the may not have been received by the Black Hawk crew.
Also new, the first acknowledgement the Army crew likely wore night vision goggles, part of routine training.
Had they been removed, the crew was required to have a discussion about going unaided. There is no evidence on the cockpit voice recorder or CVR of such a discussion.
Problems seeing with night vision goggles have been documented for years. These two complaints filed with federal aviation officials at unknown airports allege near collisions involving these goggles during training exercises and while on the same type of Black Hawk helicopter. A complaint in 2016 alleges a pilot took evasive action to avoid hitting another Black Hawk, saying it is often difficult to judge distances at night under NVG's night vision goggles. A 2015 complaint says a student pilot nearly hit another helicopter, saying the aircraft was difficult to see while wearing goggles. This video from the FAA even acknowledges a similar problem. It was posted to YouTube 4 years ago.
Pilots using night vision goggles are unable to see certain lights. The inability to see lights that would be visible with the naked eye, but are invisible when using goggles, has created a safety issue for helicopter pilots.
And at Reagan National specifically, pilots who've flown in the area described issues with night vision goggles.
It might not be the direct cause, but it certainly could be a potentially contributing factor.
You just can't see them even with goggles on. Goggles actually make it worse down there. It's so bright. So a lot of times we would flip our goggles up going through that area.
What do we know about what's next in the investigation? The feds acknowledged the helicopter surveillance interface with the tower was not working, and they're trying to figure out why. They say they will also do a visibility study into what may have been seen from the cockpits of both flights, including what may or may not have been visible with night vision goggles. All right, parking at Reagan National could soon cause a new headache. Starting Monday, 850 spaces will be removed from the economy lot. The only way to guarantee a parking space at the lowest price is to reserve in advance through the airport's website. Officials say this is because they have to close off a portion of the lot to make room for construction. Workers begin on a new parking structure. We caught up with the Traveler over the incoming parking closures.